My name is Mike Wink. I'm an Operations Section Chief for CAL FIRE Incident Management Team 1, and we're here for your West Zone Dixie update. So we're going to start here in Branch 9, west of Warner Valley. No changes on what's going on over there. A lot of good things are happening. Getting a lot more line tied in. So you'll see some more of these lines turn to black in the next couple days, which means we feel it's contained. We continue tackle, control, and mop up. And the roadways continue to be evaluated with hazards being removed, and we expect to see more of this area going from an order to a warning in the days to come. So good news, a lot of good things happening there in Branch 9. Up here in Branch 13 in the National Park, while you don't see a lot of lines on the map and black line and stuff, a lot of hard work's been going on in there for a couple weeks. They are making progress on the fire's edge. They're continuing to hold this piece on West Prospect from the lava flow around to Rail Canyon. No movement on that. That's real good. They're mopping that up. Then they're building line down to down Rail Canyon to the park, and then heading west on a trail system. So all that's going as planned. The red flag conditions today with the west and southwest winds are not currently adversely affecting the control lines and the objectives within this Branch 13 piece on the fire's edge. So all that's going fine. Outside the fire's edge here, primary line, secondary, contingency, and then additional line. So we talk about the old station area. That is meant to cover all the communities and subdivisions and small geographical references in that area. They are all being protected with fuels reduction. Primary, secondary, contingency, doing fuels reduction along the roads, around the subdivisions, around critical infrastructure. All those things are ongoing. Those efforts and the roads coming in here, the highways that come into the old station area from the east, west, and the north, will continue to do fuels reduction in that general area until all this is contained. When we think we're done, we're going to go back and start over, or we're going to look for additional opportunities to widen things or put in additional lines. That will not stop until we have this piece contained, okay? Coming over here in the last section, that's Branch 16. Over the last couple days, we have had fire movement that continues. It started to come out of the Caribou Wilderness, and it has slowly outpaced our containment efforts. Every day, we've had to lose a little bit, go after it, pick up some spot fires, go to the next line. So now we're at the Hall line or the Westwood line, which is the old section of the A12 road. It's a really good road that runs between where the A12 makes that hard 90 going to the north back to 44 where it goes straight. So it's that piece of line that we're looking to hold it there. The fuel model changes to more of a grass and an open timber model, which is much more receptive to our fire control efforts. So as it continues to get there, if that doesn't hold, then we have Highway 44, and then we have the train rail easement and the power line easement. All those things in succession until we get into the bigger box on the other side of Highway 44. So if we get to Highway 44, we are making improvements, running dozers along the highway, trying to open up that canopy and reduce those fuels along the highway, as well as working with the railway. They have their fire train in there with 50,000 gallons of water and retardant. They're going to be in there today. They plan to support us again tomorrow, and we will describe that as it's an unusual resource we have available to us. We're very fortunate. It's in the right place. The rail is really close to the highway. They have the capability, we call that a force multiplier. We have engines, crews, and dozers. We don't always have a train. So that's working. We have good communication with them. That's working well. Another piece of that puzzle up there, I talked about the power line easement. The power line easement also has the fiber optic lines that run on there. PG&E's been in there spraying the poles with fire retardant, so that makes them more resistant to catching fire and burning, and then compromising that fiber and the electricity going to those areas coming down the Highway 44 corridor. So that is a really good thing where we're working together. They have the ability to do that. We're using them to do that as well as them protecting their critical infrastructure. So everybody's doing everything they can for multiple agencies and entities. As then we continue south down towards Westwood, no change in the Westwood, Chester, West Almanor, East Almanor, and then all the way back to the Meadow here. So those efforts are ongoing. Basically, anything they can find, anything you can see as they're driving around doing tactical patrol, if it can be mopped up, if it's putting off smoke, they're taking care of it. We hope to see tomorrow. We'll be looking at black lining in this some of the stuff up here and some of the stuff here where it leaves the SPI, leaves 36 and goes behind the SPI headquarters. That's looking real good. We're expecting to put some black line on the map there for tomorrow. As we now continue down here to the Janesville branch, those efforts continue to build line north behind Janesville towards the Susanville Basin, and then south behind Milford along the toe of the slope, parallel to 395, and then on the west side of the escarpment, building multiple lines going down towards the Beckworth. And then we're also working with our East Zone partners, our leadership, our branch supervision level folks are out there calling each other this morning, meeting in the dirt, making sure that we're working together to try to box in this piece that has had fire spread to the south and then to the east in yesterday's operational period. We're still under that red flag, so it still has potential to spread to the east. They're feeling pretty good about it spread to the south, that they've kind of got that boxed off there at Lake Davis and in that general area. So we talked about the areas of the fire. We are still under red flag. Our greatest area of fire growth potential is here in Highway 6, the Branch 16 area on Highway 44. It going over there. We have additional lines being put in just in case it does get established on the other side up there. The road closure yesterday about 7:30. Spot fires got to within our management action points to evaluate the road being closed. We were early in the op area period. We didn't expect the weather to moderate. It did settle down a little bit, but we're still chasing those spot fires. So we know that that is really important to a lot of people out there. We're going to wait and see what happens in today's operational period through tomorrow morning, and then we'll continue to evaluate that Highway 44 road closure. So a lot of things going on. Red flag conditions again today has potential to have rapid fire growth down here and up here in these red flag conditions. We have plans in place. We have resources in place. We have the right leadership in the right spots. So we have a good plan, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.